Hey, what's happening, guys? What I have here is what I believe to be the newest oscilloscope from Hantek. This is the DSO2C10. It's a basic 2-channel, 100 megahertz oscilloscope. 1 gigasample per second. Nothing too special there. What I like is, Hantek makes these scopes that are really affordable. And this one, if it is true to what the documentation I read about it says, has protocol decoding. And it's less than 300 bucks, so that could be a game changer in the market for, beginner level oscilloscopes. Another probe somewhere. Did they really send us only one probe? USB cable. Yeah, they sent us one probe. That's weird. Let me get this all unpacked. Alright, I'm looking where I bought it, and I bought it from Amazon. And included in the box, where did I see it? No, what kind of idiot am I? I know, I just read that like a second ago. Package: 1 oscilloscope, 1 probe, 1 power line, 1 USB line, alligator clip line, software, manual. That's really cheaping out there. I mean, what are they saving? 30, 40 cents? So we look at this here. This is, your standard benchtop size oscilloscope. 2-channel, each with their own controls, which I like. Horizontal controls, default setup helps them. Save the USB, decode, good. Trigger controls, external trigger gen out. This doesn't have the signal generator. Nothing on that side. There's our power in, USB out. Flip down feet. I like that they didn't put the power cable coming out the side like some of the latest oscilloscopes I've had to do. That's a pain in the butt when you want to put stuff neatly on your desk. So there's the power cord. We'll plug her in. An actual click switch, nice. First setup, not too bad. Nice color screen. I like that. Very nice. Looks good. Alright, so I'm going to go to the utility menu. And page 2. Calibrate. Press F1 key to start. Alright, I'll be back when it's done. Alright, that took a little over 2 minutes. We'll do the front panel self-test. Hit run stop 3 times to exit. So what we can do is we can test all of the buttons now. It's a very nice feature. It's good to know that everything works. And all buttons pass the test, so we hit run stop 3 times. Now we can cycle through the LEDs. Oh, there you go. Very nice. Turn any knob, press F1 to exit. Press any key. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's a really nice feature. Lets you go through and make sure everything's working when you're setting up your scope. All right, we'll set up our probe compensation here. Like I said, I bought this from Amazon. This was not given to me. And I bought it with money provided by the patrons. So thank you all patrons for supporting this channel and allowing us to get a look at cool stuff like this. Okay, channel 2 is off, channel 1 is on. Do an auto set on it. And then we'll adjust for a nice square waveform with no overshoot or undershoot. And that looks pretty good to me. Let's go into our acquire menu. See what types we have. Real-time, equitime. Real-time. Our acquire mode, normal, average, peak, and high resolution. That's in a low-end scope. That's really nice because usually they just have either peak or normal. Normal. Oop, lost our menu. Memory depth. Wow. All the way up to 8 megs. That's incredible. So if we go to average, you can see our average count here. 16 averages, 32 averages, 64, 128. Wow. That's pretty nice. That smooths things out very nicely. But now you can see I went up to 4 megs menu depth. That takes us down to 250,000 samples per second. Now at 4K, we're at 500,000 kilosamples per second. Interesting. In normal mode, why aren't we at 1 gigasample per second? That's interesting, but still, yeah, still like it, don't get me wrong. All right, let's go in here and have a look at our measurements. Oh, wow, yeah. Showing us all. Type. Okay, so we can bring up different measurements on the screen. So we have peak to peak, frequency, max, minimum, period. If we want to add RMS, there we go. Now we have RMS on the screen. Statistics. Okay. So it keeps track. Current, average, max, minimum. Wow, that's cool. That's a nice feature. I sure like that. Take a look at our display menu. Type, we can go vectors or dots, intensity. Our grid. Our graticules are at 60%. Bring them up a little bit. Yeah. Now they're like overpowering at 100%. That's not bad. Then we have our brightness. And we can also turn on infinite persistence, which is really nice. Very cool. Well, nice feature. Let's take a look at our trigger menu and different types of triggers. Wow. Edge, pulse, video, slope. Overtime, window, pattern, interval, underamp, UART, line, CAN bus, SPI, and I2C. So apparently it does do that. That's what we're going to have a look at next, I think, is set up a little I2C option, and we'll take a look at it. Oops. And we're getting data. There we go. So setting up the protocol to code, at least for I2C, it's not too hard at all. We start by going into the trigger menu, selecting which type we want of all of the different protocols. We have UART, line, CAN, SPI. We picked I2C. We set our clock on channel 1, our data on channel 2. Address I can't change, and level. You can simply adjust the levels. You can also choose when you want it to trigger. Start, stop, no acknowledge, address, restart, address and data, whatever you like. You have your data index. And the data index can be set from 0 to 3. Have our hold off there set for 8 nanoseconds. And then all you have to do is hit the decode button. And I have it set for, I had it set for monitor there. Turn it back on. And we can decode. This is really, really nice. I'm impressed with. I can't believe that they put the protocol decoding, which was something you had to pay for extra in scopes just a couple years ago, into a sub $300 beginner's level oscilloscope. Hantek, I think, has really, really knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. Okay, now we are taking a look at a clock crystal, 16 megahertz. Let's bring up the math menu. Put this guy into FFT. Source is channel 1. Span 500 megahertz. Reference level. Scale vertically units, handy window, show only. There we go. Now we should be able to I don't want me to bring that in, does it? Okay. Now, if we go back into our menu, center, span, reference level, change our reference level here. Bring it down a little bit more. We can also adjust our scale. Auto scale. Good. Now, can we get measurements on here? Mode manual, track, mode source channel 1. Y. Thanks. Might take a little more playing around for me to figure out exactly how this works, but here's your XBX. Yeah. The update on the FFT is pretty good. I've seen better. But what do you expect for, a cheap entry-level scope? Here's another interesting little thing here. If we go into Measure and hit DVM, Channel 1, Enabled, you can see we get that little window there. This shows us our millivolts and the frequency. I still have yet to find the hardware frequency counter in here. I mean, I would hope they would have one. I have rarely seen a scope without one. Yeah, press default setup here. What happens? Okay. Then auto set. What if we see help? Press help to enter the help module. Well, that's what I did, isn't it? And press help. Help measure. Cursor. So not much help in the help menu. Okay. Now the last thing I want to look at here is the save recall menu. So we can save type, save setup. We can save a picture, comma separated value, reference, or wave. Let's save a waveform. Save it to internal, number 1. Save. Okay. So now we have no incoming signal. We say recall, number 1. Boom. Cool. All right, let's go back. Let's clear that. Let's get our signal back here. Let's go save. Let's save it as a reference. Channel 1, save to internal, reference number 1, save. Good. Now we can recall reference number 1. I didn't do what I thought it would. Oh, reference number 1. Okay, it's just showing us the information. Type, wave. Call wave number 1. Through it, wave number 1. Doesn't seem to be a way to see them both on the screen at the same time, which is somewhat disappointing, but that's okay. So here's a quick look at our information. This is the model DSO2C10, our serial number, software, hardware, firmware version 3000. And legal information. Open source permission. Okay. All right, let's have a look inside. Looks like we got 4 screws. Get a bigger screwdriver. We'll get the back off of this and see what's inside. I doubt I'm going to be able to take the heat sinks off the A6. I don't want to damage this, even though I would like to know what's in there. The 2 little ones that are hidden under the handle there. Get them out. You don't have to watch that. Those screws under the handle were ridiculously long. Alright, so we got our power supply here. Then everything is encased. There's our switch. There's a nice ground going right to the frame. Looks like there's a place for a fan. Yeah, but they did not install one. Money savings would be my guess, right? Alright, let's go further. Okay, so here we have the brains of the operation. Nice matte black circuit board there. Oh, what we got here? The board is marked E469747 HQPCB-2. Now there's going to be our front end inputs under those cans there. Then we have two chips here, Lemon Tree 2000. That's this IC right here. I'm trying to see exactly what that is. Alright, I can find nothing. A Google search leads me to nothing on this. Lemon Tree 2090. I took a picture of it. It's really hard to see there. You guys can see that better. Lemon Tree 2090 2037C. Underneath it says N3SY39.00. I'm guessing it's an FPGA. And then whatever it is underneath here, you can tell has been completely obliterated. So we're not getting any information off of that whatsoever. But this is a neat and tidy job. Yeah, I mean, I really can't get any more information than that. So there she is, all back together. And I have to say, I like it. Sub $300 market. Right now it's listed at like $269, $279. I'll put a link to it on Amazon from my store. If you guys are interested, I think this is a great starter scope, especially with the protocol decoding. That's just not something you found in the sub $300 market in the past. So very cool scope. I like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would like to thank the patrons who made it possible for us to buy this scope. Without them, we couldn't have nice toys like this. So thank you very much, patrons. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, if you guys enjoyed this, I hope you give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. That's it. I'm out. Peace.